Living the dream with Dr. Indeglio and friends. Halloween is in the air, and according to my 12-year-old daughter Talia, this is her favorite holiday, even more so than Christmas. Talia, why is Halloween your favorite holiday?
I don't know, I really like trick-or-treating, but I just like fall, because fall is my favorite season, so I think fall has a lot to do with why it's my favorite also.
Yeah, what are some things you love about the fall?
I like the colder weather, because I really like wearing like sweatshirts and stuff, so I really like fall. And I don't know, I just really like, and like the leaves are really pretty, because they're like turning like different colors. I don't know, I just think fall, I prefer like Halloween over Christmas, but I do really like Christmas. Christmas is my second favorite.
Well, those things are good to know. Now, Talia, you've been asking, you say, I want to do some Halloween stuff. So you want to get into the scary parts of Halloween. You're in 6th grade, 12 years old, heading toward your teenage years. So we decided to try some scary movies, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we tried, our first weekend of scary movies was Poltergeist. And then the weekend after that, which is this weekend, we watched the original Halloween. And then we watched the 2018 spiritual follow-up, which ignored all the other sequels. So first, tell us about Poltergeist. What did you think of Poltergeist?
I really loved Poltergeist, but I didn't really find it very scary. But there was a gross part in it. The part where like the guy was in like the bathroom, he like rips off his face.
Spoiler alert. Just in case. So you thought Poltergeist and Poltergeist 2 would have been a good introduction to horror movies for younger people.
Yeah, it wasn't really that scary, but I mean, I can see how it could be scary for some people.
Okay. Now, this weekend we moved into Halloween, the original, which was considered one of the most classic horror movies of all time. When I was a kid, I watched all the original sequels and all the Halloween movies. They've pretended those don't exist now, and they've started a whole new series of them. But let's just talk about the original. One of the first ever real slasher films, which really made them popular going throughout the 80s. Tell us what you thought of Halloween. What did you think of Michael Myers in particular?
I thought he was kind of scary, but I feel like it was weird because the scariest part for me was that he had a mask. Like, I feel like if he wasn't wearing a mask, he would have been less scary.
Talia, do you know who Captain Kirk is from Star Trek?
I don't even know what that is.
No, that's what actually the mask is molded after. It's a William Shatner mask. Well, it's not really that important. All right, so what did you take away from Halloween? What are you going to remember about the movie?
I'm gonna remember how he followed, like he was following people, which I didn't really, like I thought that was kind of scary, that he was following people.
So you're talking about the first part of the movie where the main character is Laurie Strode, played by Jamie Lee Curtis. They were walking throughout town and she would keep seeing him in different places, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, that's not really like, he's not killing anyone there and he's not doing anything like super scary, but you found that was like super creepy and kind of like set the atmosphere?
Yeah, I thought that was scarier than when he was killing people, because it's not like they completely show you him killing people.
Good point. You know, a lot of people argue that in all of the sequels that took place and a lot of other horror movies, that atmosphere is missing because it's so much killing, but they don't really do anything to like scare you or make it creepy or things like that. Would you agree, do you think?
No, I would rather not see him killing people.
And so there wasn't a whole lot of blood and guts in that original.
Yeah, I didn't like the part. I was really sad at the part where he killed the German Shepherd.
Oh, spoiler alert! Yeah, I had totally forgotten about that part, but it's much harder watching that.
Sad.
All right, so then we watched the 2018 follow-up, which took place 40 years after the original. Jamie Lee Curtis was back. What did you think of that one?
It was okay, but it was kind of like, I feel like, I don't know about this new one, or the one that's coming out next year, but I'm kind of like, I feel like it's kind of like the same concept.
So nothing really original, nothing really caught your attention?
No, but I did kind of like the end, this is going to be a spoiler, but I kind of like the end of the 2018 one where, when she was like, Happy Halloween, Michael, and they shoved him into like the basement.
Spoiler alert. Lots of spoiler alerts from Talia. Well, the 2018 version, I thought it did a good job paying homage to the original, but I agree too. They didn't really do a whole lot to like make the story go further. I didn't really think there was like a whole lot of story development, or they didn't do anything like super different. And when we talk about The final, well, not the final one, the Halloween Kills, which is the second in the new trilogy, which just came out on Peacock streaming in theaters, I kind of felt the same way about it. Like they explored how different characters reacted to the things they went through, the ones who survived Michael Myers. And they tried to have some like social commentary to it. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I don't know, it didn't really add anything new. I guess the two biggest differences in this latest movie is that they tried to show how the town has survived and or not survived real well in the years since what Michael Myers did in the town. And the second part was they had a lot more kills and a lot more unique kills. So they did do some interesting horror movie kills in the movie. But again, I don't feel like we learned very much. So
it was kind of like, but I want to see the second one now. Well, not the second one, the one that just came out. I want to see it now.
So then you also want to get into other Halloween-type activities. So do you, now having watched a couple scary movies, do you think you're ready for haunted hayrides? I mean, in Pennsylvania, they have some of the best haunted hayrides in the entire country. You've got the Bates Motel, Field of Screams, Shocktoberfest, Jason's Woods, Terror Behind the Walls. There's so many of them.
Jason's Woods? I don't want to do that one.
Well, I mean, until you go, you don't really know which ones are super scary.
Wait, do they have someone dress up like him?
Pretty much all of those do. Pretty much every haunted hayride you go to, there's a Michael Myers, a Jason Voorhees, a Freddy Krueger. They have all the scary ones.
I feel like Freddy, I don't think I'm ready for Freddy. I'm really scared. Because Danielle said that Freddy really scared her, too.
Yeah, when I was a kid, Freddy was my favorite. Those were my favorite movies, but I thought they were the scariest, too, back then. I'm sure other people have lots of opinions. But do you think you're ready for a hayride?
I think so. Maybe I kind of want to see this new one and see how I would handle this, because it's a lot. I feel like it's probably going to have like a lot of, not special effects in it, obviously, but it's kind of going to be like, I don't know how to explain it. Not modern, but it's like newer. So I feel like the newer movie would kind of also kind of be like what the rides would be like, because it's kind of like.
Interesting. So what other types of fall Halloween activities do you like to do? Tell us about Cherry Crest Farms.
Oh, yeah. We started like I guess you could call it a tradition. Yeah, a tradition last year that we went with Ari and Lexi. I really liked Cherry Crest Farm. It was really fun.
Tell us one or two fun things that there's to do there.
They have like a corn pit. You can like, basically, like you can just like play in it. It was really fun, but we got in trouble for throwing corn.
Yeah, not supposed to throw the corn. And how about the giant corn maze?
Oh, that was so fun, but we were like halfway through, and we were like basically done, and you guys said that we cheated and you made us restart.
That's true, because you did cheat.
No, we didn't.
That's arguable. And our final quick conversation, we'll follow this up in a future episode for Halloween, is that we started a book where me, you, Bella, your sister, and Danielle, we are all reading a book together and listening to the audiobook, so kind of like a read-along, I guess you would call it. And it's a Halloweenish book called Doll Bones by Holly Black, and she's one of the authors of the Spiderwick Chronicles. So what do you think? We only did one chapter of Doll Bones so far, but as a preview, would you recommend it, and what are you looking forward to in the book?
I feel like I would recommend it, but I can't really, it's kind of hard to say, like, what I really like about it, because we didn't really get to find out that much about it, but, the doll's kind of creepy looking.
So, chapter 1, we at least have established that the doll's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us today, Talia, and do you have any words for your fans? Any final Halloween thoughts?
Not that I can think of.
All right, well, we'll be back in future episodes, and we'll talk about Doll Bones, and if we actually go to a hayride, maybe we'll see how it went. All right, thanks for being here, Toots.
You're welcome. Bye.